All right, guys, welcome back to the bench. So today we're going to kind of give our final thoughts on the Midwest Industries two-piece free float handguard with the front sight post cut out here. I'm going to give you guys that. We're going to upgrade the 11.5 a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to run the forward control designs on here or on my other one, but I did get a forward control designs single dimple. I know a lot of people desire the dual dimple. It doesn't really matter to me. This is a very lightweight thing, by the way. Thank you to my buddy who let me buy this off of him because he didn't want it. But we're going to do that, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on shooting this suppressed just a little bit more. I was able to shoot this with a SOCOM RC2 can, which I think is a decent can. It's not like the world's greatest can, but you are able to kind of hear how it sounds in a couple of the videos, and it's been a pretty fun gun to shoot so far. First of all, I want to thank Brownells. They did send out the Colt 11.5 upper for us to review and have all sorts of fun with. And then Midwest Industries sent out the Handguard for us to review. So I'm going to kind of give my final thoughts on it. There is one thing I can't tell you right now is if this thing loses 0 with an IR device attached. I cannot tell you that. I do apologize. I know some of you are looking for it. And I realize that is a thing that is big right now is night vision, but I can't give you those thoughts because I don't own an IR device or night vision, and I can't tell you if any of those have lost 0 or not. So what I can tell you is it's really cool to have a really short 11.5-inch build, and I've actually been enjoying it a whole lot, especially coming from Colt. So Colt did build this. It does have a 1-in-7 twist barrel. It is not chrome lined. I believe it is a chrome lined barrel. I will double check. There should be an annotation right now. I do believe it is a chrome lined barrel, 1-in-7 twist, and then it is phosphate coated. Very nice barrel. Just it's pretty accurate. You can go check out my accuracy testing. I've done it before. In some of the videos, you have seen my Aimpoint Pro that is back there. It's been chilling on here, but I actually went back and put the Holosun on here. And at some point, I plan on getting a T2 to kind of run with this also, just because I think this is a really nice home defense gun overall. And then if I'm going to suppress it, I will probably be using the SOCOM 7.62 Mini or the SOCOM RC2 Mini. Both of those cans will probably I will probably get either the RC2 Mini or the 7.62 Mini. The 7.62 Mini, yes, I realize is a larger bore diameter, but the reason why I'm getting it is because it's a decent 30 cal can. I can use it on multiple things, and it's less back pressure from what I can tell. My buddy is going to let me borrow one of his cans on our range trips, and I'll be able to show you guys or tell you guys how I feel about it once that happens. But he's going to join me at the range, and then yeah, it's been really nice overall. So I'm going to give you my impressions of shooting this suppressed so far. It's a mixed bag. One, because you are right here at the port, being a lefty, you do still get a ton of gas to the face. Another thing is I do think that it is just a little bit overgassed as a gun in general, and then adding a high back pressure can like the RC2 on it is kind of punishing. Not a lot, but it is a little bit. It's not the worst can in the world, and it is not like it's not the most insane back pressure I've ever had off of a gun before. And then running it on my 14.5 URGI didn't give a ton of back pressure either. So both of those are really good platforms to be able to run suppressed. If you are right-handed, a couple of my friends, and when I shot this right-handed, if you are using a standard charging handle, it does leak a lot of gas through the charging handle. But what I have found out, if you use this PRI and the gas buster charging handle or any of the PRI gas buster charging handles, it does divert the gas away from your face relatively well, including if you're left-handed. If you see this right here, you see this little notch that kind of jets out the gas over here, and up here, it kind of pushes it all forward, so it doesn't really get in your mouth from the charging handle, and I've not noticed it kind of smoking out my eyes or messing them up at all. But I have noticed a lot more coming out of the port when you run this suppressed, so that is something to take into account, especially if you're going to run some of those cans. What I will tell you is with the Midwest Industries Handguard, it has been a really good upgrade to this, but with my cons stated in my last video, being that the M-LOK does not go all the way out to the front, I think that is absolutely ridiculous. It should not. There should be more M-LOK coming all the way out to the front. I just going to go ahead and state that I don't necessarily use this up here. I know that some people do, but I think if you had M-LOK going all the way out to the front, you could make the choice to put your own QD point there. You don't have to do that. The great part about this, unlike the LMT that we reviewed in the past, all these QD points are anti-rotation, so they don't rotate very much, especially if you have any QD points. They only rotate about 5 or 10 degrees, not very much. It's very nice, and I absolutely love that about those QD points. Another con that I did want to tell you guys, if you do want to retain your front sling swivel, which I didn't care about, but I know a lot of people will, you should not run this handguard. First of all, you have to take out that front sling swivel piece, which is something that I know a lot of people don't want to do. And then if you are going to run a light on here, you kind of have to account for the fact that you will have to run something that brings it up and over, because that's why I have the Dragonfly, the Haley strategic mount here. That's is it called the drop wing or something like that? I'm running this mount, which I know a lot of people will be like, oh, like I like that mount. Yeah, it's a good mount, but I think it's one of the heavier mounts. There are a lot of Arasaka mounts where you can run these a little bit closer and do all that. This does kind of bring the light out really far. Well, I'm bumping into things over there, but it does kind of bring that light out really far, and it's not as tucked in as I would like it, which is probably my only other con about this rail, is I don't get to tuck the light in as much. But yeah, I've actually I've noticed with the 11.5 versus like the 13.7 or the 14.5, you do get a lot more of a maneuverable package, but I can't necessarily state that it's that much better. I'm not using these for CQB. I'm not going to go run through my house and do all that stuff. It's literally my bedside gun. I'm able to do that and all that stuff, but I am not a CQB master, nor do I claim to be. I know how to do certain things in CQB, but it's also been a very long time, and I learned how to do CQB in a team environment, not as a solo. So there are many ways to skin a cat, and I know almost none of them. So let's just get that out of the way. I was in the Army at one point in time, but I'm not out here trying to be a super soldier or anything like that. This is literally just to protect myself and my family. I know how to use this. I go to training courses, and I do all sorts of stuff like that, but I don't plan on being a one-man John Wick. Like that's not what I plan on being. This is a very good gun for home defense, especially if you want a short, small package. Another good thing, I don't normally get political on this channel, but if you are an FPC member, which I would not suggest you become one. They will inundate you with so many emails. It's ridiculous. I absolutely understand why they do what they do as an organization, but I do not agree with it, and I think that it is overwhelming the amount of emails that you will get from them as an organization to donate money. I donated money to them a couple of times, and I have vowed that I will probably never do that again, just because of the sheer amount of emails that I get from them. I cannot stand it. And I don't mean to get like political here, but I will say the FPC did help and assist other people in securing a victory. So if you have a pistol braced firearm, you are able to keep your pistol braced firearm for now. You don't have to register it as of right now. Maybe there will be something to go with that in the future, and I'm not going to tell you whether you should or you should not do it. I can only tell you that I've kind of made my own choices and gone from there, and you can do your own thing. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to tell you what you should or should not do like a bunch of other people on the internet. You're a human being. You can make your own choices. But if you're looking at a Colt 11.5 upper receiver, the 6933 uppers like this, I highly suggest if you want to go get one to have as your home bedside defense upper, that is completely fine. Also, this gun is really fun at the range. It's really fun. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. I do plan on suppressing it more and shooting it more suppressed, but as of right now, the Colt 6933 with the SOCOM RC2 suppressor, probably one of my favorite combinations. I do want to get the RC2 Mini just because it's a shorter, smaller can. I want to keep this lightweight, and I'm not necessarily here to talk about how suppressed it is. I can't tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that. It's not necessarily hearing safe if you pop off more than a couple rounds, but I have had a lot of fun with this upper receiver, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not going to go and do a whole ton of other stuff, but go check out Brownells, go check out Midwest Industries. They do have a pretty cool sale going on right now for Memorial Day. Also, please like, share, and subscribe and do all the other fun stuff, because YouTube does love to suppress people like me and all the other fun stuff. And then if you do want to give back to the channel, there is a super thanks down below. You can go ahead and click that, and that comes directly to the channel to help support us to do more reviews, buy suppressors, and other things like that. So Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you have any questions down below. I will do the best I can to answer them and help you guys out so far. This Midwest Industries 2-piece is the carbine length. They make one in a mid-length, and they make one in a full length that wraps around the front sight post also. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I gave you guys all the information. I have information in other videos that I will link to down below also. As always, be a hoodlum.